You know I'm the luckiest crip in this ward? Most of you poor dumb amps don't even know what the geek looked like. They took your arm or leg. My geek just walked in. I want you to meet Franklin Logan. Ex-lieutenant, military genius, stinking coward.
Cool it, Kenny.
Get out of here, you scum. Get out.
That's enough, Kenny. Let me tell you something, buddy. You lost more than your arm and your leg back there. You lost something up here, too. Right now, I wish you were more of a man than you are, because nothing would give me more pleasure than to kick your butt all over this ward.
When someone blames you for losing an arm and a leg, escalating with a full deck is probably not the best play. G'day guys, Holy Critics signing in. Just a Little Inconvenience is one of those forgotten 70s dramas that doesn't shout for your attention, it just quietly earns it. Lee Majors and James Stacy lead this story about a friendship tested by pride, loss, and the brutal reality of war. This isn't a feel-good movie, it's a feel-real one with performances that'll stick with you long after it's over. And yeah, the VHS looks like it survived a blizzard, but push through the grain and I promise you won't regret it.
Beach to the bottom.
No way. My name is Frank Logan. I'm the one in the orange parka. That speed demon in blue is Ken Briggs, my best friend. We grew up together on this mountain. This is really his story, and it's a true story.
Yeah, that's the 227th time I beat you down that old mountain.
You gotta be kidding.
Nope, I've kept track all along. First time we were both 9 years old. You'd never been to the top before, remember that?
How'd you keep track of how many times I beat you down?
Of course not.
Knowing you, that big. What happens now that your leave's over, Kenny?
They'll probably ship me out right away.
Is there any chance you might get that appointment to staff school you were hoping for?
Well, I don't know the way it looks. Putting the upperclassmen through as fast as they can. You leave West Point on Friday and you're running a platoon in Vietnam on Monday.
Well, listen, hotshot, if you do get out there, don't go and try and win it for the home team all by yourself.
Yeah. Be a team player.
Well, just be careful. It's not a game they're playing over there.
Don't worry about me. There's been a general in my family since before the Civil War. Now it's my turn.
Anybody tell the Vietnamese that?
Look, don't worry about me, huh? You just make sure you don't screw up that scholarship at Stanford. You know, I'm going to miss sliding down this old hill.
Yeah, me too. One thing to remember, However long it takes us to get back here, that old hill will be waiting.
Cooper. Sir. What's Trotter's home address?
Care of Mr. and Mrs. Aaron Trotter.
Yeah.
2117 Hastings Avenue,
Yeah.
Charleston, South Carolina.
What do you got?
I got a list of replacement officers.
What are they doing?
Supposed to be at division headquarters within 48 hours. New meat for the grinder.
Very amusing, Sergeant. Cooper.
Yo.
Get on the horn and see if you can raise Captain Everett Morehouse at Division Personnel Section.
Morehouse. Give me division headquarters, personnel section. Personnel. Captain Everett Morehouse. Captain Morehouse? Just a moment for Captain Briggs, sir.
That you, Chubb? Hey, listen, don't worry. Lots of generals made it from behind a desk. Listen, you want to do your old roommate a favor? Well, do it anyhow. I was looking at the roster of replacement officers. Never mind how I got it. There's a second John on it, named Frank Logan. Yeah, check him out for me, will you? No, don't call me back. Do it now. It's the Frank Logan I think it is. I want it for my outfit. I'll hang on. It's the guy I think it is. We're going to get us the best platoon leader we ever had. Yeah. ROTC, Stanford University. That's my man. Hot diggity. Do I get him? Thanks, Jeff. You're my kind of rear echelon soldier. Be turning this crossfire all day!
3-6, this is 2-6. Can the 3rd platoon hold its position? Parker, do you copy?
We're falling back to the inner perimeter now. We're under heavy, I say again, heavy attack. I need all the fire support you can give me, Logan. I need it now.
Understood. Hang on. Give me that. Ken, Frank, what's your situation?
I got 3 wounded already, but I can't get a medevac chopper to come in until we start 2 tanks coming up on us from the south.
What about an airstrike?
Still nothing available. What you better do is keep your head down! Take cover!
Ken, Walnut 6. Try and get him back.
Walnut 6.
Come in. Parker.
Walnut 6.
It's bad, Logan.
How bad?
We'll be overrun in 5 minutes. We must be outnumbered 10 to 1. You better get both platoons up here on the double or we're going to lose the whole damn outfit.
Come in, Walnut 6. Walnut. Sir, Captain's line must be out. We can't raise it.
Logan, do you read me? Logan, do you read me? Logan.
Okay, Parker, we're on the way. Sergeant, take the anti-tank section. Try to get to Captain Briggs. I'm taking the rest of the unit up to support Parker.
That medevac won't come in till we get those tanks out of here, sir! Sergeant, tell Lieutenant Logan to bring the heavy weapons platoon over here on the double. I think we can flush those trees long enough to haul out of here.
Sir, Lieutenant Logan ain't coming. He took both reserve platoons over to Lieutenant Parker. The anti-tank section's all he sent over here.
He can't do that! He wouldn't! We need him here fast! Is he moving them over to Parker now?
He was, yes, sir.
Take over, Sergeant. I gotta find Logan, too.
Oh, that chopper, the captain's hit!
Did your father tell you about that?
You're damn right you did. That's why we're
Funny
looking at her.
veins of Loch Lomond. Oh, you take, hey.
Oh, we found an oasis.
Well, here we go again. You guys will see the death of me. Go ahead, easy. Come on, straighten up.
Two banana daiquiris and a grasshopper.
Oh, come on. It's 2 grasshoppers and a banana margarita.
Bartender, don't listen to them. They've obviously been drinking. 1 brandy Alexander, 1 black velvet. I'll have
No. I got it. 3 Boilermakers.
Are you kidding?
Can we join the party?
You betcha. What are you drinking?
Champagne cocktails?
Bartender, 3 champagne cocktails and easy on a soda water.
What do we celebrate?
We didn't get laid off.
We didn't lose our jobs.
And to celebrate this glorious fact, we came all the way from San Diego.
Well, welcome to San Francisco. What do you guys do?
We're aerospace engineers. In fact, we're probably the only 3 aerospace engineers in the entire aerospace industry.
Whoopee, isn't that something to celebrate?
Well, honey, drink up and then we'll order some more. How about that?
Well, hold on. We're being selfish. We should share our good fortune. We should buy drinks for the room, bartender. Kenny? Kenny, is that you?
Shove off, creep.
Kenny, let's be frank. Don't you know me?
Yeah, I know you. Now crawl out of here.
Ken, for God's sakes, I spent a year trying to find you. I mean, when I heard what happened,
My good friend here, Franklin W. Logan, my old buddy. He heard what happened.
Ken, it's so good to see you.
You haven't seen me. You haven't seen nothing yet. I don't think you're gonna like it either. Take a good look at what you did to me. How's that grab you, pal? I was surprised to hear that you were trying to find me. Most guys wouldn't want to be reminded of the time they screwed up so bad that they got their best friend butchered. But I figured that maybe you wanted me to forgive you. Let bygones be bygones. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Well, the answer is no way. You don't live with us. Because you did it. And I'm living with it every day. Now get out of here. Get out of here.
Come in. Major Bloom. Frank Logan.
Oh, how are you? Sit down, please.
Thank you. I was told that Ken Briggs is still in the Army and that I could find him here.
Well, not all the time. He's officially stationed here, yes, but he only has to report in once a week until his discharge.
When will that be?
In about 6 months, maybe 7. He talks about you, you know.
I didn't know, but I got a sample the other night.
What took you so long?
Sir?
You're supposed to be his best friend. Where you been the past year?
I tried.
Not hard enough.
Look, he was medevaced out before I even knew he was hit. By the time I got the word, they had him in a hospital in Japan. I wrote him nearly every day. I never got an answer. I knew he was hit bad, but I didn't know how bad. Finally, I got to leave. He'd been shipped back to the States. By the time I got out of the Army, I couldn't find him because he didn't want me to find him. He didn't want anybody to find him. Now, you going to sit there and chew me out, or are you going to tell me how I can help him?
First, you're going to have to help yourself. Sit down.
What do you mean?
I mean, there was a very nice speech about how you tried to find your friend, only it wasn't the whole story, was it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Truth, Mr. Logan. I'm talking about truth. I think you could have found him if you tried extra hard.
Look, I just told you.
I heard what you said. But there's something very peculiar about us whole, normal people. We cannot bear the thought of seeing somebody we know that's lost a limb, and that's especially true of you jocks. So we do the decent thing. We send flowers, money, good thoughts. We help the family. We do everything we can except come and see the remains.
Now, hold on.
I know. You tried. All right, the important thing is that you are here now.
What can I do to help Kenny?
Well, he's not much of a man now, is he? He's convinced that his life is over. Filled with rage, overflowing with self-pity. The only pleasure he seems to get is rubbing our noses in his suffering.
Our noses?
Sure. To him, we're all responsible. He hates anybody that's got 2 arms and 2 legs. That's why he doesn't even wear his artificial limbs in public. He wants us to suffer every time we see him.
Doc, are we responsible?
In the sense that we're all men, and men make senseless wars. Yes, I suppose you could say we're irresponsible, but what is more to the point is what he does with his life. He's not dead. He's alive, and he's in remarkably good physical condition. If he could only take all the energy that he's spending on anger and turn it into a positive attempt to do something with his life, then I think he could be fine.
What do I do? What can I do?
Today's his day on the ward. Why don't you get up, go out my door, and make a right? You can't miss it. You just walk in.
What do I do then?
You'll have to make those decisions as you go along. Logan? Stop by on your way out?
Yeah.
Well, look who's here.
Kenny, we have to talk.
There's Briggs. My friends call me Kenny.
I'm your friend.
Gets me choked up, Logan. It's touching. Really touching. You know I'm the luckiest crip in this ward? Most of you poor dumb amps don't even know what the geek looked like. They took your arm or leg. My geek just walked in. I want you to meet Franklin Logan. Ex-lieutenant, military genius, stinking coward.
Cool it, Kenny.
You know what he did? I got caught in a crossfire. And I called on my pal, my boyhood pal, my friend, and guess what? He took the reserves someplace else. Didn't you? Where they weren't even needed. Get out of here, you scum. Get out of here.
Enough, Kenny. Let me tell you something, buddy. You lost more than your arm and your leg back there. You lost something up here, too. Right now, I wish you were more of a man than you are, because nothing would give me more pleasure than to kick your butt all over this ward.
You still in?
Yeah, I'm still in.
Whatever you come up with, I'll pack you all the way.
I just don't know where to begin.
Kenny was one of the most competitive kids I ever knew. You two are among the best skiers I ever coached. You both loved to win. Do you remember how Kenny hated to lose?
Boy, do I.
Can you imagine how he must feel being out of everything? Convinced that he'll never win at anything again, ever? The answer's there, Frank. There's no question in my mind. You've got to find a way to get him back into some kind of competition.
Sure, but the question is how.
Come over here. I want to show you something. I put this in there a few years after World War II. It's a story about how the Germans began a program to teach some of their returning amputees to ski on one leg.
Did they do it?
This article's all I ever read or saw about the program.
You think it's possible?
They seem to think so, Frank.
I'll look into it. Thanks, Dave.
Look at the girls, Corporal. I thought you were an aerospace engineer. What's with the ski instructors out there?
I decided to get back into skiing for a while.
Well, I suppose it's just a coincidence that Major Bloom ordered me up there.
No, I had something to do with it.
Figures.
Why aren't you wearing your artificial leg and arm?
What's the matter? Get you uptight to see me like this? That's why I do it, sport.
Must be tough getting around like that.
How do you feel like hopscotch? Okay, Logan. Just exactly what am I doing here?
Come with me and I'll show you.
Forget it. I'm not moving from this deck.
All right, I'll be right back. It's still there. And this is why you're here. It's called an outrigger.
And what am I supposed to do with this outrigger?
You use it instead of a ski pole.
Really? For what?
For skiing.
Skiing? How interesting. I'm supposed to ski with this.
And this.
Who says so?
I do. Me and a couple of engineers who designed the package. And Major Bloom thinks it might be an important rehabilitation system for amputees. And that's where you come in.
What do you mean that's where I come in?
Well, you're the only former expert skier amputee we got. So you're the whole test program. And now that I've seen what an expert hopper you are, I know you can do it.
Logan, you're nuts. Amputees can't ski. You ought to know that.
I never saw an amputee try.
Well, this is one amp who isn't going to get up on that hill and make an ass out of himself, that's for sure.
Well, that's up to you, Captain. But Major Bloom says you're coming out here every day until you either prove it works or it doesn't. Or the snow melts. Whichever comes first.
Logan, where are you going?
I'm an instructor, remember? I got a half-day private lesson to give. $50. 25 to the school, 25 to me. Real big money. Can't fool around with that. See? Let's try and turn to the right. Okay, now remember your big toe. The more you want to turn, the more you press your toe in the boot. Just like pushing on a button, huh? Okay, now let's push the button.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's see you sidestep back up the hill, Timmy. Atta girl, remember your little fall line. Keep your ski right across you. Atta girl.
Logan, get over here. Let's get this nonsense over and done with.
You'll have to excuse me, sir. I'm giving a lesson at the moment. If you'll wait your turn, this little lady's nearly finished. Okay, Karen, now let's try one to the right and then one to the left, okay? Okay. Go ahead. Atta girl. Press the button. Atta girl. Perfect. That's the best you've done today. Okay, sidestep back up. Atta girl. Skis across the fall line. Atta girl. Okay. I think you're getting it, huh? Okay, now, remember that button. Press the button. Want to try one more? Go ahead. That's good. Okay. Side step back. Skis across the fall line. Leave him alone. Okay, get up.
How in the hell am I supposed to do that?
Figure something out, Candy Face. But get on with it, because you're sure not getting any help.
Well, you think it's this easy, huh? You think you're going to beat me? I'll get up. I'll get up and I'll ski. But I promise you, you'll wish to God you never started this.
That's my word.
I know you, Logan. I know where you're at. I'll get in there and I'm going to tear you apart. I know whose fault it is. I'm a cripple. And you know. Before I'm through with you, you're going to wish it was you down here instead of me. Oh, gee. Oh, get this thing on. Get this thing. Yeah.
Let's start with a stem Christie.
You need 2 legs for a stem Christie, or you forget. You see, I lost mine. My best friend made this little mistake.
I think it'll work if we start from a gradual traverse and then go into a kind of sinking moment.
What do you mean sinking? Like the feeling you must have had when I needed you and you blew it.
Trigger the turn with an up forward motion. Transfer the weight to the outrigger.
Like the leg you cost me.
Okay, Briggs, you win.
Oh, good. I love that win. What do I get this time? A new arm?
It's a pity, too, because I think you really are the loser. We're finally starting to make some progress, and that's what this whole experiment was all about. But you know, it's not worth it to me. You're right, I can't handle it.
Like an arm.
Maybe you're right about that, too. Maybe I made a stupid decision. Maybe this is all my fault. But you know, I don't care anymore. You used to be my best friend. Now I hate your guts. You're off the hook.
What are you talking about?
I'm gonna call Major Bloom, tell him it won't work. You've given it a fair try, it just won't work. And you won't have to come out here anymore. You can go back to that sinkhole where I found you.
That's the first good news I've gotten since you screwed up in now. Do me a favor, will you? Don't ever call me again.
Don't worry, I won't.
Kenny, where you been?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
I believe everything, man.
I've been skiing.
You're right. I don't believe you. So where you been?
Trying to commit suicide.
Hey, that's a bummer. I tried it a couple of times myself, but, you know, you gotta really want to do it bad. I mean, really, you know?
Yeah, I know.
I guess I never really wanted to do it bad enough, because risks, pills, gas, you name it, I tried it. But I always called somebody or left a note for my guy to read before I did it, you know?
Yeah.
Now, you take Julie. She really wanted to kill herself. I mean, really, really. See, there was this convention in this old hotel, and we were there with a bunch of guys, and she excused herself, you know, and left the room. And we were laughing, and she never came back. And we didn't even know she jumped till the cops came in. But she was the type. You and me, we're not the type. I mean, really, you know.
You know, for a dumb girl, you're not so dumb.
I know. Ain't it a waste?
Left leg, right leg, left leg. Hey, I'm sorry, guys. Hey, everybody all right? Can you get up? Look up. Okay, nobody hurt, huh?
No.
See, I'm sorry about the crash, guys. It's all my fault.
Right on. It was my fault.
Well, that's it for today, anyway. See you here tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Okay, beat it. See you tomorrow.
Did you call Major Bloom yet?
Not yet.
Don't.
Screw off.
Come on, Frank. I want to keep trying.
There's you.
Sorry. I was wrong. I knew I was wrong. From the start, I knew I was wrong. I don't know. I woke up in that hospital. I kind of found out what was left of me, and I needed someone to hate, someone to blame. I know it was lousy and unfair, but that's the way it was. I don't need it anymore. I need help, Frank. Come on, what do you say? I really think I can get a hold of this thing if you get me off these stupid bunny slopes. Come on.
Okay, Candy Face, you're on. Go get your ski.
You know why those kids crash? Because you don't think. I mean, that's always been your problem.
No, they crashed because you were grandstanding. You overdo everything.
Is that so? Well, I know just as much about skiing as you do. And if you weren't so pig-headed, you'd know that in a traverse, the weight should be over the ski. And whichever outrigger is downhill, that one should be unweighted.
Now, wait a minute, Bird Brain. If you'd put your mind in gear before you ran your mouth off, you'd see that logically you'd weight the outrigger or the crutch just like it was your downhill leg.
My leg is my downhill leg. Frank, look, it's the missing arm that's screwing things up. The balance is all wrong. Maybe a couple of outriggers would be okay for an amp with two arms. But for me, this crutch is junk. It's in the way.
Look, a lot of good engineering went into that crutch and that outrigger.
You shut up and listen to me. I can ski. I know I can. But I want to ski with one ski and one outrigger. A pair, just like what you use.
Wait a minute. I'm the instructor here, okay? Now, let's try it again. And this time, please use the outrigger and the crutch exactly the way I tell you, okay?
No. You do it.
What?
Let me ask you something, Hotshot. How do you know any of this instructor talk you've been giving me is even remotely valuable?
What do you mean?
Well, when was the last time you skied on one leg?
Well, I haven't. But I've worked it all out. I mean, it's just a question of the Torsion factor figured in with the weight placement ratio. And then there's a degree of slope. And
Here,
what's it for?
you got to tie up your left leg and try and ski on one leg.
What?
Come on, you still have both
What?
arms for balance. For a hot shot jock like you, what? It should be a cinch.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
Well, it's not so easy, is it?
Okay, so I fell.
Let me see you get up.
All right, I will. And I'll still only use one arm and leg.
Oh, by the way, please note, nothing on the left side. Okay, candy face. Let me see you get up. You're not getting any help from me. Okay. Oh, well, now what do we do?
Okay. Well, let's see if we can figure this thing out. There's got to be a way. Now, the principle's got to be the same with two skis.
Oh, yeah, just stand up. That's all you got to do. I've tried it, I know.
Well, if I kind of ball up and get my weight over the ski, like this.
Use your outlet.
Okay.
Grab it low here.
Yeah, here. Okay.
All right.
Hey. Now, see? It was easy. Now, you try it.
Give me the outrigger.
Oh, no. Now, what if you fell and lost it? I mean, if you're going to ski with just an outrigger from now on, we got to know if you can get up without it.
Give a room here, will you? Broadway, 2 beers.
Well, you look great. I didn't know you were an amp. I'd swear you were a skier.
Who says amps can't ski?
Well, you know what they say about it.
See? You are prejudiced. You're afraid to meet an amp halfway.
I beg your
When
pardon?
was the last time you took an amp to lunch?
Well,
You know what I think?
I don't want to hear about it.
I don't blame you. Hey, Frank, remember the time we found out about jumping off the roof of the gondola building?
What do you mean we? You were the brain that figured out if the snow were 14 feet deep, we could jump off the roof without getting hurt.
Well, I was not only the fastest kid, but I was the smartest.
Yeah, except for old Dave Erickson's Volkswagen.
How was I supposed to know he's going to park it there before the storm?
You think he really believed that story about the weight of the snow doing that to his roof?
No, but I'll tell you something. I'll never forget his face when they dug it out and they saw what it looked like.
Do you want spiced wine?
We do now. Hi, I'm Logan. This is Briggs.
Nikki.
King. Frank.
You ski here often?
No, today's my first day. You?
We've been skiing here ever since we were able to walk.
Really?
Yeah, really. I mean, he's been skiing here since they had the old rope toes. No, really, we practically opened every trail around here.
He exaggerates a little bit. I mean, we opened most of the trails, but not all of them.
Thank you.
You skiing with anybody tomorrow?
I think so.
Oh.
Well, if it doesn't work out, I'll be skiing Red Dog most of the day.
Thanks.
When we were about, 15 years old, he challenged me to a race down Red Dog. It was the first time I'd opened, and I want to tell you, it was a little scary.
We had a lot of sun the day before, and that morning the hill was a sheet of ice.
He gets into my locker, takes my skis, and sands the edges off with emery cloth, right?
Well, I knew he'd never check. Sloppy man. Man of sloppy habits.
So the first time I go to make a turn, nothing. I mean, with no edges, I had no turns.
What happened?
Well, when you got no turns, you can't slow down. So I just put my skis downhill and went for it.
And did you get it?
Oh, he got it all right. I mean, he not only beat me, but the speed record he set on the mountain still holds up today. That's the last time I ever cheated at anything.
That's the lesson he picked up on. I picked up on something else.
I can hardly wait.
It's better to win than to lose.
You became a philosopher.
How about you?
I'm a teacher, Walt Whitman Grammar School in Los Angeles.
I know I'm in skiing. You get scared?
Oh, yes. Everyone in my family could ski as long as I could remember. My mother's Italian from near Cortina. She was on the Italian national team. And my father's German from a town that had two industries, skiing and violin making. Have you ever skied in Europe?
No.
Vermont once. Rockies all the time. I was going to save here for my honeymoon.
My parents go back every year. I learned how to ski in the Alps.
Is it as good as everybody says?
The food's better, but skiing's better here.
Aha, didn't I say that?
Well, like everything you say, you don't know what you're talking about until when you say it.
Oh, I was right.
Yeah, but he was right.
It's a tough burden being right all the time.
But a wonderful talent. They could use you in Washington.
You know, I thought about that, but it would seriously interfere with my skiing. And when you come right down to it, between running the country and skiing...
Boy, are you right. There's no choice. Hey, you were right again.
See what I mean?
You're right again. But you're also boring.
No. No, I'm having a wonderful time. It must be the altitude. First day on the slopes. I better get some rest or I won't be skiing tomorrow.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Where are you guys skiing?
Back at 3?
Someone told me that was the easiest run on the mountain.
It's,
We like it because it's not crowded on weekends.
yeah.
See, it pays to know your mountain. Crowds suffocate me. Maybe I'll see you there?
Yeah. Swell.
It was really nice meeting you two.
Yeah, well, sleep good.
Good night.
Sweet dreams.
Nice girl.
It's terrific.
I noticed you didn't tell her anything.
Doesn't matter.
Hi. Good morning.
Hi. Hi. Disgusting, isn't it?
He's got it. Skiing. You can do it. You skied that whole run nonstop. You did it.
I'll tell you what I did. I put on a freak show for the whole mountain. You see it all now. I can go anywhere on the hill, just turning people's stomachs. Frank, forget it. Forget it!
Drink.
Where's your friend?
Probably in his room, packing.
Here at the lodge?
All to the left, all the way back by the stairs. You can't miss it.
How dare you pull a stunt like that? What you did was rotten and unfair. Who gave you the right to play with people that way? Huh? You could have said something to me last night. You could have prepared me, but no, you had to test me. You have to test everybody, don't you? And so you can be smug and superior when we're unable to keep from reacting when you shoved your stumps in our faces. Boy, you really must resent people.
What the hell do you think was happening last night in the bar? I liked you. You, damn it, not your... I didn't take an inventory. And if I had, I would have noticed that what you are missing is a brain.
Did you find him?
I found him. Could I have a cup of coffee?
On its way.
Was he packing?
I guess so. Yes, there's a suitcase on his bed. He was packing. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
What's going on?
Big question.
You guys sandbagged me last night and this morning. And I'd like some answers, and I know I'm not going to get them from him. Thanks.
Okay. First of all, we didn't do it to you. He did. All right. We did. You're right. It's just as much my fault as it is his. I just wanted to see how he'd handle himself with a girl. It was a time when Kenny was really good with girls, you know. Me, I always got serious. Kenny, he was really good, you know what I mean?
I suspect I do. How long has he been an amputee? You know, I don't ever recall using the word amputee. And there it was, right there, just like I was a doctor. Or a relative.
Well, they say amps. Their amps were normies. That's normie for normal. You're normal, aren't you?
It depends on who you ask. What happened to him?
A couple years ago in Vietnam, he stepped on a landmine. He went to West Point, was a fantastic athlete, was going to be a general. And he stepped on that godforsaken landmine. You know where he was going when he stepped on that mine? To see me. His best friend. Officer in charge of the reserve units. He thought he needed help. Only I decided somebody else needed it more. He got his arm and his leg blown off. He thinks it was my fault. He's cooling it now, but deep down inside, he thinks it was my fault.
Was it?
No. I've done a lot of thinking about that. Boy, have I ever. No, if I hadn't sent the reserve unit to the 3rd Platoon, the whole company would have been overrun. We would have suffered heavy casualties and we'd probably all been taken prisoner. No, I made the right decision. He made the wrong decision. If he'd have just stayed where he was, he would have been all right. But he had to win. Just like everything else, he had to win that criminal firefight he was in. If it meant losing the whole war.
How awful.
He gets to you, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He got to you, too, didn't he?
I think so.
You know how deep inside of him he's sure that it was all my fault. Well, let me tell you something. Deep inside of me, I feel the same way.
And it was your fault?
Yeah. You see, the fact is, no matter how many ways I work it out in my head that I made the right decision, every time I see him, I know I did it to him.
Hand holding. This must be serious. You were right. Who am I to pull a stupid stunt like that? I'm sorry. You're my keeper. Why don't you stop me when I behave crazy?
Stop you? Maybe if I change you down to padded cell.
Give me a little room, will you? Oh, I can see it in your eyes you can accept my apology. No, don't accept too fast. Make me suffer. I deserve it. That's enough. I really do apologize. I did a stupid thing. I've been doing quite a few stupid things the past year or so. Nikki, I won't ever do that to anybody ever again. And I thank you for caring enough to tell me. Okay?
Okay.
Now, about skiing tomorrow. We hit the top of 3 around 9 o'clock in the morning because the
I
lift's open.
can't. I'm a teacher, remember? Walt Whitman Grammar School. I leave tomorrow morning. I only had the weekend. I tell you what I can do, though, if you like. I can come back in 2 weeks.
Great.
I'll meet you at the top of 3 at 9 o'clock on the 14th. Okay?
Yeah, deal. No fooling around. In 2 weeks, I've got to be really good.
No sweat, you can do it.
Are you kidding? Nope. All you have to do is remember what you did yesterday when you skied down that hill. Oh, I don't remember a thing. I was so crazy. You saw me do it. What did I do right?
Well, don't worry, I'll follow you and tell you if you do anything right.
Anything right. I'll do it all right. Just show me how.
Okay. Unweight. Lean on the outrigger. Now check. Now turn. Why'd you stop?
I'm out of shape.
Yeah, it could be all that easy living. Up now and we're in training. No booze, lots of sleep, and no broads.
Except for one. 2 weeks, I'm going to tear up this old hill.
Yeah, well, let's see if we can get down this old hill for once without stopping, huh? Come on.
Honey, I've become addicted to this stuff. Sugar and hot chocolate, two well-known poisons. Of course, it's all your guys' fault, you know.
Ours? What did we do?
Well, I don't mean you two specifically, but all you kids. It seems that when you were little, the only way I could get any hard work out of you was promise a hot chocolate at the end of the day.
That's right. I remember that. I'd do anything rather than miss the evenings here with hot chocolate.
Hey, you know, the incentive idea still works in teaching.
I've been watching you two guys on the hill. And, Frank, you mean to tell me that you've been getting all that hard work out of this maverick for a cup of hot chocolate?
Well, almost. Certainly something nearly as sweet.
Don't you remember my telling you that girls and skiing don't mix?
That's when we were kids.
I assume she's a skier.
Correct. A long line of skiers from the Alps. She's a knockout, Dave. She's got guts, too.
When do I get to meet this gutsy lady?
Hmm? How about tomorrow night here for hot chocolate?
Hey, got yourself a deal.
You know, that's why he's been killing himself on the hill. They're going to ski together tomorrow. All the way from the top of 3 to the bottom without a stop.
We hope.
I'm glad to hear that, Kenny. It's time.
Couldn't show?
Nope.
Well, maybe,
No, maybe. 2 hours late's a no-show. Hey, buddy, it's nothing important. Listen, I owe her anyway, you know? I mean, she got me skiing again, didn't she? I mean, you did really, but she was my hot chocolate. Actually, it's better she didn't show.
Yeah, well, the other girls getting.
Yeah, sure. I think I'll call it a day, huh? We'll ski tomorrow.
Sure.
Hi.
Hi, Nikki. Frank Logan. Are you okay?
Hi, Frank.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, well, we missed you up on the hill today. I thought I'd give you a ring, see if you're okay.
Oh, yeah, I'm really fine. I just, it was one of those dumb things where I would have been there. I forgot to make a reservation, and then at the last minute I tried, and they were full, and then it was too late, you know?
Hey, don't worry about it. It happens to all of us.
Yeah, it sure does.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm glad you're not sick or anything.
It was really good of you to call, Frank.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye. Who is it?
Frank Logan.
You must have left the hill as soon as we hung up this afternoon.
Sorry to barge in like this, but I just had to see your face when you tell me again why you didn't show up this morning.
Boy, you shouldn't fool around, do you?
No.
Well, I told you I tried to make a reservation.
That's not it.
Okay. Not showing up seemed to be the best way of handling it.
Handling what?
I like Kenny a lot. I came home and I did a lot of thinking about him, about me, about what I want out of life. I don't need the problems, the complications that go along with Ken.
Because he's an amputee.
Okay, because he's an amputee. So I'm selfish, insensitive, whatever you want to call me, I'm it. But I don't need an amputee in my life. So far, it's just a casual thing, and neither one of us is in so deep getting out to leave any really bad scars. What it really is that I care about him too much to risk seeing him anymore. So it seemed like the easy and least painful way to handle it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but I don't know what else to do.
Can't argue with that. Thanks for leveling with me, Nikki.
Don't argue with me, Frank. I know all about wax.
I know, you know all about everything.
Who's the best skier?
I am.
Before Nam.
I was.
Let me put it this way. Who won most of the races?
You did.
All right. Well, since I'm not racing anymore, I'm going to give you my secret.
Well, I can hardly wait.
Wax. The racer's best friend. Now, see, what you do is you pay attention to the snow temperatures. Like at 20 degrees, you use a different wax. You mix accordingly. Look, you think this is amusing, huh? This little lecture I'm giving you? You can keep waxing the same old...
Hi.
Hi.
Excuse me, lady, this is restricted area. We were having a secret talk about waxing, and, I mean, if any racers got their hands on this...
I'd like to talk to you.
Here I am. Most of me.
Kenny, don't do that. The lady wants to talk to you. Why don't you listen?
Okay. Grab a chair.
I'll see y'all later.
I told Frank I didn't want to become involved with an amputee. Did he tell you that?
No.
He's a good guy, your friend Logan.
Yeah.
That day I stood you up, he drove all the way to L.A. just to face me and ask me why. And it was almost a relief to tell him. Except that after he left, I had to face myself, and that wasn't so terrific.
Look, Nikki, I understand. I mean, I really do understand. So let's forget it, huh?
I didn't drive 6 hours to forget it. I owe you an explanation.
You don't owe me anything. We met, we had some laughs, it didn't work out. That's the way it goes, okay?
You sure don't make things easy, do you?
Who said easy is good?
Okay, I don't owe you anything. I owe it to myself. You see, I said those things, but I'm not sure I meant them.
Now that you've taken another look?
That's it, isn't it? I've come here to take another look. It's as superficial and stupid as that. I'm sorry, Kenny.
Hey, don't go.
I'm ashamed.
Of what? You don't do anything that everybody else doesn't do. I mean, we shock people, we amputees. Some handle it differently than others, but everybody's put away by it at first. Even wanting another look, that's all part of it. After the shock, people get curious. Except for kids. Kids, they never get shocked. They're always right up front with me. Hey, Mommy, that man, he doesn't have a leg. Hey, mister, what happened to your arm? I usually tell them what happened, that my arm and leg are in heaven. They handle it better than adults do. So don't be ashamed.
I was so smart, giving you hell about testing me. It turned out you were right. I did take an inventory. And I was the one without a grade.
Look, Nikki.
I don't know what's the matter with me.
You probably feel like an idiot driving all the way up here for something that I already knew.
Which is?
You're not sure how much you like me. I think it's a lot.
I don't know. I just met you.
I think it's a lot. Only we've got some hurdles to get over. We have to get curiosity out of the way. Would you like some coffee?
Yeah.
Come into my parlor. It was a landmine in Vietnam. I don't remember it going off. I just suddenly found myself on the ground looking up. Time did a funny thing, too, at that moment. Kind of just shut itself right off. I remember thinking, though, as I was lying there, boy, I really screwed up this time. I knew it was a landmine. There was all the time in the world to think about it. I looked down at myself, saw my leg was gone. I looked back up and I said, gee, my leg's gone. That's interesting. I wonder what life's going to be like without it. I wanted to touch it, but my arm wasn't there either. It was like I was there, but I was detached from it all. I was just curious. I wondered what was going to happen with me. Then I guess I just passed out.
What happened when you really knew?
I was in a hospital back in Japan. Kept telling them not to let me die. Then when I was a little better, all I could think about was that I wasn't going to be a general. My father and grandfather were generals. Once I was gone, I slid down a black chute. I was drowning in my own self-pity until candy-faced Logan came along and made me mad. When I got mad, I knew I wanted to live. That's basically it. Except for two things.
What are they?
Will you go skiing with me this afternoon? And will you have dinner with me tonight?
I can't.
Can't?
I'm playing hooky from school. I have to get right back.
Well, then there's one more question. Will I ever see you again?
I'm not sure. I have to leave right now if I'm going to get back in time.
Nikki, do you want to see me again?
I'm not sure.
Kenny. Damn it, you're being pig-headed again.
Look, if this experimental program is so important for the Army, then we got to establish what the limits of amputee skiing are.
Yeah, but come on, give it a chance. You're not strong enough for this hill yet.
I established a speed record on this hill, remember?
Yeah, when you had 2 legs. Now, come on. I only came up here because you agreed to go off the backside.
I changed my mind.
Okay, on your feet.
You know something, Candy Face? This time I really can't get up. I think something's broke. You're just in time, Doc. You can be the first to sign my cast.
Logan, explain to me how you did it. Smart. Boy, that's a smart thing you did, Briggs.
What do you think? Can I ski again?
Oh, if life were only that easy.
Come on, it's the only wheel I got.
Of course you're going to ski again. That's what you do. It's just you could have made it so much easier on the rest of us if you'd been a chess champ before you became an amp. But that's life.
Well, I do learn the hard way, Doc, but I do learn. I promise. No more dumb, stupid accidents.
I'd like you to do something for me.
Name
I'd like you to stay here on the ward while your leg is healing and explain to the other amps how you broke it.
You put me on?
No. I want you to tell them how you broke your one remaining leg doing some damn stupid thing out skiing. I want them to know how you feel about skiing and that as soon as the cast comes off that leg, you're going right back on that hill. You are going back on that hill.
If I have to crawl.
Okay. But pay your dues first. Get some of those other clowns interested in skiing. I mean, you are a sorry sight for inspiration, but you're the best we got till something else comes along.
I tell you, Doc, we've been writing down the techniques that work. I think I could teach it. I know Logan can.
Huh? When I think you have perfected, and if you do a good recruiting job here, then maybe teach you.
I've got a Kurt Jackson.
Stage hop!
Wait a second, guys. Our hippies come home. What happened to your leg, Brig? Get it cut in the bar stool?
Actually, it was skiing. I got pictures to prove it. Come on, give me over here. One leg, one arm, one ski. That's all I need. Here you go. I want these pictures back. Eat your heart out, you guys.
All right.
At first, we thought you'd use these like your missing leg, but no way. It doesn't work. Your leg is your leg. These are like outriggers on a boat. You guys come up to the mountain. I'll be able to.
Hi.
Hey, look at that.
You better introduce me to your friends.
Oh, sure. This is Nicky Clausing. This is Eddie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Is he selling you on skiing?
Not in a million years. He's crazy.
Oh, this is Manuel.
Hi, Manuel.
I may have a little difficulty skiing, so he says I can run the ski mobile. He's nuts, but it's worth a try.
Come on, he can do it. This is Sheldon. Watch him. He's dangerous.
He only says that because it's true. I steal everybody's girl. Are you his girl?
Maybe.
Still a chance for me?
It's a pretty definite maybe.
Come on, take me out of the snake pit. See you guys later.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye.
Hey, we'll see you later.
Wow. Yeah, she's all right.
I'm still not sure.
But you're here.
I'm still curious, remember?
Oh, sure, I remember. I'm the one that told you about that.
I've been cheating my kids. Instead of teaching, all I do is think about us.
Us? That's progress.
I'm still not sure.
Will you stop saying
I'm
that?
not?
How'd you like the ward?
I did and I didn't. It's horrible seeing men like that. And at the same time, I was marveling at their guts, at their will to live.
Aha, 2 down, 1 more to go.
What do you mean by that?
Well, first they're shocked, then curiosity sets in, then it's followed by overcompensation. That's where you are right now. You're inspired by our natural desire to live and overwhelmed by our ability to rise above incredible handicaps. You begin to see us as saints.
You don't quit, do you?
Nope. Never. I liked it when you said us.
Yeah, but I'm still not sure.
Of what? This doesn't have to be a lifelong commitment. I'm not asking you to marry me. Fool around, maybe. A little bit.
Oops, back to the second stage.
Really? What's that?
Curiosity, remember?
Oh, that's a funny kind of not sure. That puts me all the way back to stage 1.
Really, what's that?
Shock, remember? There are some things that you should know.
Like what?
Well, there are certain things that I can't do.
What are they?
The garbage. I can't stand taking out the garbage.
Hey, don't I owe you a ski date?
That's right, you do. How about 2 weeks from today?
And what about all that plaster?
That comes off tomorrow. Then 2 weeks of steady physiotherapy, and I'll be just as good as new.
Okay, I'll meet you at the top of 3 in 2 weeks.
Could we meet at the bottom of 3? I haven't had such good luck at the top.
Your luck's changed.
Was she late?
No, we're early.
You told me 8:30.
Well, actually, it was set for 9. I didn't want to take any chances.
Hi. I'm glad you guys are here. I decided to come early because I didn't want to take any chances.
Were you going to ski or stand around and jaw all day?
Ski.
I think that's pretty funny, don't you?
You look like a little boy.
Your turn.
What are you going to do with that?
You'll see. Oh,
What's so funny?
you look like a little girl.
He's an incredible guy, my friend Frank.
Ah, he's the best. I owe him my life.
Probably. Do you notice anything strange about him?
No. I don't think so. What do you mean?
Were you watching? He seems to be having a good time with us. With you.
Yeah.
He laughs and he jokes and we can all talk about important things. He seems okay. But there's something eating at him. Something painful.
Is it me?
Yeah, it's you.
He still feels guilty about what happened in Nam?
He talked to me about it the night when you were packing.
I have been giddy so much. I never thought about him. I mean, like that. Nikki, I hope you're wrong.
Me too.
I'll do something about it, okay? I promise.
I know you will.
Marry me?
What?
Marry me.
I love you, Ken. I love you with all my heart.
But
But I have to be sure that if I say yes, it'll really be right for both of us.
it is. I know it.
Will you give me 24 hours? I have to be alone and think it out, okay?
I'll meet you at the top of 3 at 9 o'clock sharp. Give me your answer then.
Right. What? I'm coming.
It's freezing in here. What's the matter with you? You crazy?
Yeah, I appreciate you waking me up in the middle of the night just to shut my window. I sleep better in the cold.
You get pneumonia later. Right now, we gotta talk.
Okay, let's talk.
Get up. Come on. Get up. I asked Nikki to marry me.
What?
I asked Nikki to marry me.
Well, it's about time. I mean, that's worth closing the window for. I mean, that's something to celebrate.
That's great. She didn't say yes.
Well, she turned it down.
No, she wants to think about it, you know. She's gonna tell me tomorrow.
Yeah, well, it'll be yes. I mean, she loves you, Ken. I mean, that's great.
Frank, Nikki and I, we've never been to bed. I wanted it that way because I was afraid of what I might see in her face when she saw what I looked like. Well, what if it made her sick? What if she couldn't stand to touch me? I was gonna call her at night and tell her to forget it. But I came here instead.
Sure do it to yourself, don't you, Ken? You really love her, don't you?
Yeah, really do.
You really want to marry her? You know, forever?
Sure, forever.
Then you got to risk it. I mean, there might be a lot of misery in it if it's the wrong decision. But if you win, the winning is so much more than most people can hope for. It's worth the risk. Listen, Kenny, life is a series of choices. We make them because we have to. Never knowing if we're right because we never get to see what might have happened if we'd chosen to go the other way. We'll do our best and hope that we're right. That's what you've got to do right now.
Yeah, just like in Nam, right?
And now?
Yeah, just like you did in Nam, your best. Look, if I'd have been in the same position, I would have made the same choice. Frank, you know as well as I do that if you hadn't reinforced the 3rd platoon, we would have been overrun, captured, for sure. I was the only one that made a dumb decision that day. Even that's turned out okay. Frank, look at me. I may be missing some parts, but I'm a happy man. I mean, I'm happier now than I've ever been in my whole life. Remember how Dave Erickson always said that I like nothing more than to win? Well, I'm winning. It'll be good, honey, I promise you.
I know it will. I'm sure of it.
Sweetheart, don't go away, okay? I'll be right back.
Oh, no. You can't desert your bride so soon.
Vicky, I've had an awful long way to go. I'm almost there, but there's just one more thing I gotta do. And I'll be all the way home.
Hey, did you see her yet?
Yeah.
What'd she say?
She said, yes.
You're the luckiest one-legged man I know.
Frank, will you do something for me? Right now? It's important.
Sure, anything.
Get your skis. Come with me. Beat you to the bottom.
No way.
I tell you, if I can do that, I can do anything.
Pretty good considering the handicap.
Handicap? Oh, you mean this? It's no handicap. It's just a little inconvenience.
Oh,
It's nice to see they reference the title at the end there. It's not a handicap, it's just a little inconvenience. And speaking of inconvenience, I've just got to apologise right out the gate for that rough VHS print quality. I'll admit it was below my normal standards, but at least the snowy Alberta backdrop kind of helped. Half the fuzz looked like extra snowflakes blowing across the lens. Or maybe I'm just being too optimistic. Anyway, what really stuck with me was the heart of this thing. This wasn't a flashy, feel-good disability drama. It was quiet, sometimes uncomfortably so. And that's where James Stacy completely took over. His performance as Kenny Briggs didn't feel acted, it felt lived in. Knowing he was carrying the real trauma of his previous motorcycle accident cast the movie in a different light. You could literally see the sadness sitting behind his eyes. Nothing about it felt phoned in, and honestly, he stole the entire show for me. I've never been the biggest fan of Lee Majors as an actor, but this was one of his better turns. What worked is that he didn't try to dominate scenes. He played off Stacy instead of over him, which made their friendship believable. That constant push and pull, encouragement versus resentment, felt messy in a very human way. Barbara Hershey was solid too, as the woman torn between love, pity, and self-doubt about her feelings toward Kenny. Now, in terms of negatives, this one definitely had that 70s TV movie of the week stiffness to it. Some scenes practically shouted the theme instead of trusting us to get there, and you could feel the network edges creeping in. But beneath the dated TV polish was something genuinely sincere and surprisingly tough. That's why I'm awarding it a very strong 4.5 stars. If you stuck through that VHS blizzard with me, hit like, subscribe, and tell me down in the comments, did James Stacy deserve an Emmy for his performance here? This is Holy Critic, signing out.